This video is proudly sponsored by DigimonCard.io for all your Digimon card, deck building, deck list, card pricing, and discussion needs.
Hey everyone, Egman here with another video, and today we have the top 16 decks for the Top Cut Digimon Ultimate Cup that happened this past weekend. I'm on the road this weekend, which also means that the audio quality is a little bit worse, so sorry about that, but we do have these lists for you guys. And something unique about this event too is that we did not have a Blue Hybrid mirror in the finals, and Blue Hybrid didn't end up winning that, so that's pretty neat in my opinion. And thank you so much to Top Cut for giving me these lists to give to you guys as well. They put all these lists on their public Discord, so I put them all into the DigimonCard.io deck builder. And if you guys want access to this document, it is in the description of this video too. And that's all I really want to talk about. For that, we're going to go into the list. We're going to pick a couple. We do have a kind of wide variety as normal. You know, once we take the Blue Hybrid away, we do have a lot of decks in this top 16. We've got two Lilith loops, one taking the win. We have a purple-yellow Cherubi, a yellow-red hybrid, a red hybrid, a Diaboromon, and a yellow-purple hybrid. So pretty much every color but green's getting representation in this, and I think that's cool. Even though again, Blue Hybrid is taking that more than 50% for the third Ultimate Cup in a row, and I don't know. I think that's concerning. I've talked about it a lot. We're just going to go and kind of talk about these lists. So first, we're going to look at Ying Huang's version of Lilithmon, undefeated. They're they're known as Human on Discord as well, and they've been running a lot of these Ultimate Cup events, getting some top placements, but definitely not as good as this event. So finally, being able to get that first place with this. The idea of this is to kind of do like the modern version of Lilith Loop, or where we're at with the card pool, and also like, you know, Mega Digimon Fusion being banned and everything. A lot of interesting text with it too, being able to, Nidhogg mod something you can discard to get that additional memory if you really need it. Win rate 60% if you need it too. There's also like the whole Cherubimon package I see is getting more and more popular, with the idea that you can use the Cherubimon instead of like a Lilithmon to get kind of up your chain, and then you can always werewolf mode. You can get some additional memory, especially if you already have Analog Youth out. But that also means that you get to proc your on deletions of like your Gabumons and everything else. It's really nice to, when it kind of works out. Werewolf mode is also kind of good late game too, because you can have Zwart bring back the Cerberus, and then you can just hard cast a werewolf and just get more memory, which is kind of nice. And that's just pretty much the whole loop for it too. There's a lot of cards and interactions, very, very specific on what cards you mill, and a little bit of RNG. But once you start doing your looping stuff, it gets really, really good and consistent. And this is something that Ying's been doing for a long time. Obviously, doing well at the national events, and at the in-person Texas, Arlington, PlayTCG, DigiFest as well. So a deck that Ying knows very well, and being able to get that W is really, really nice. I also want to talk about Chance's list. It's nearly similar. It's very, very close. Even with the single Chimeramon, the only difference is that they took out a Ginkakumon to add, I think, another promote, and then they also are running the Chaos mode, an extra Dead or Alive. I think that's the main idea. But they get two copies of this list, essentially more or less in the top 16, is really, really nice. So congrats to Chance as well for their performance. We do also have Diego with the Cherubimon, and this is like I think the highest I've seen a Cherubimon with third place, which means assumedly going X1, maybe X01 if there's I don't think they're double ties, but yeah, this format's still pretty similar. I think the most interesting is like the Purge sign at 1. And I've been seeing a lot of people trying to tech this, and it's really good for if your opponent just has like a bunch of Modeka Betamons. And it trades really good with Bokomon, which a lot of decks are playing right now. Bokomon is so popular in hybrid format, so being able to Purge Sign and like pop, again, like if they have like a Bokomon out and like a Betamon and a Shayukomon, like all those Purge Sign, being able to use it, I think is a good kind of tech for what you're doing. Everything else is pretty standard, I'd say. One Rebellion going up to Cherubi, only 3 of them, which is a little bit low. And then we have the 3 Mats, the 4 Mimis, and Koichi. I think Mimi's I think actually is a little bit interesting too. I think Kari's, in my mind, is the one you kind of lean towards, but I think the Mimi essentially gets the same potential for memory every turn too, especially since you're playing a lot of option cards yourself. and being able to play it for only 2 compared to 3, I think that extra memory makes a huge difference for you. Analog Youth at 2 as well, which is always good in these kind of multicolored lists for finding the pieces you need. So congrats to Diego for their finish there. Next up we have, this is a different chance. There's 2 chances. I did not even notice that putting these lists in. But this is Chance Swafford's 4th place list with the red, yellow, kind of like McDonald's security control with hybrid stuff. This was really cool. I saw that KVN was running a similar list last week with their top. And I really want to test this out. This looks like a lot of fun. I've been doing a lot of like the Agumon security control kind of stuff with yellow hybrid. So this is kind of similar with, instead of the bond format, it kind of leans more into the hybrid stuff. So obviously the yellow stuff is pretty standard. Purge does really well against getting a bunch of those weenies. And then we have the Takuya, which is great at getting that potential security attack +1. You can go into Burning Greymon, get the benefits from you there. Atomic Inferno with Takuya just means you can get 3 quick checks when your opponent's not expecting it for technically only 3 memory, so that's really, really nice. We also do have the Flamemon, which has an inheritable, which lets you play some cards on play. Also, just adds a card with hybrids in its trait, which is any of these cards. It's not color restrictive, which is really nice. You can also find a Susanomon, which I think you can fit into this deck somewhat easily too. And I don't know, it looks like fun. It looks really obnoxious too, so I think it's right up my alley, and I'm going to definitely try this out. Next up, we're going to look at Kevin's red hybrid. So it's really interesting too. So we have like a red hybrid, a red-yellow hybrid, a yellow-purple, and like just the amount of variety and kind of like commingling is really cool to see. This is kind of, I think, I didn't check, but I think this is very close, if not card for card, for Chungman's list of the list that he played for the Carta Magica event the previous weekend. Just the idea that you have like this big ancient Greymon punch. It has this effect that your turn for each Digimon in this card's evolution sources Greymon its name, or hybrid this Digimon gains security attack +1. So the idea is that you can get 5 checks with having all of these hybrid dudes underneath it, and then you swing in and you can try to keep it the same turn with your gravity crushes. From there, you just swing in, you survive hopefully, and then you just Omnimon for game. So obviously not very interactive, very combo-y, but I think, I don't know, there's not so much aggro that you can, die to it very easily and kind of get away with it too. So this is Kevin's list, and which I think is Chungman's list too. But being able to get top 8 with it, 2 events in a row essentially between the 2 players is really nice. Next up, we have Erik's. So we obviously there's a blue hybrid. I decided to choose Erik's because this is a more of the, I'd say, actual like blue hybrid chain with more of the Koji stuff and the Magna Garurumon. So kind of going through your Strobium, like it's really like a good parallel to the to Kevin's list, or not to I guess Kevin's list, for what it's doing, because you kind of go up to the chain instead of going to Emperor Greymon, though you go into Magna Garurumon. So you can go into that quickly with Koji, with the effect to go up it. So you can devolve into Magna Garurumon for its evolution cost by placing 5 cards with hybrid and traits from your hand underneath this. So being able to get all those to your hand isn't too terrible. And once you return 1 card with hybrid traits from this Digimon's evolution cards to your hand, return 1 of your opponent's Digimon. With the same level as return cards to its owner's hand, trash all, and then your turn once return when an effect adds a card to the hand, you can unsuspend 1 of your Digimon. So you can swing this, you can get it back to hand, you get the unsuspend, get some disruption, kind of like that kind of idea. So I like the variety of like trying the Magna Rat. I know it can be a little bit inconsistent, but being also to pop this off can feel very, very good. So congrats to Erik there. Next up, we do have Quentin's. I think this is pretty much the same version he's been running for all 3 events. I think he's top 32'd for the core one last Saturday. He got top 32. For the Carta Magica one, I believe he got top 4. I think 2nd specifically. And then for this event, he got top 16 again. So using the cards. I think this is pretty much the Carta Magica list, specifically with the Infermon's choice and the ratios for the Diaboromons. I like the TK Kari as well. This is in all 3 versions where I think most games you will be behind on life based on how you're more blocker centric, and since you have blockers, you can be a little bit greedy when your opponent tries to swing with you into your security as well. So I think having this and always being behind, getting that extra 2 can make some big changes for the list. So there we go there. And lastly, we do have Martin Lee's yellow purple shine hybrid, all for one. Using the kind of the shine package for it, we have some Rise Gravemons, get some tamers out for free. We're playing no purple tamers at all. We're just using the purple base, so you can use Schwartz. And I think that's fine. I don't know. I like the Kari. It just gains, I feel like, a lot of memory throughout the game, but and sometimes can like hit unsecurity when they're going for games, so they have like one less memory than they think they would have, and I don't know. But obviously, this is such a good board wipe. It's just 5 or lower, and you're able to play so many tamers in this list, and you can go from there. 2 tactical retreat, which is nice to be able to put your cards back into your security and get like the the easy and quick recover. The top end also sees the Kaustinen, which we don't see a lot of. When digivolving, if you have 3 or more security cards, gain 2 memory. If you have 2 or fewer security cards, you may get recovery 1. And also, your turn, where you have 3 or more security cards, just gain security attack +1. So being able to kind of apply some pressure with this too, get some recovery if you need to. It's really balanced between the two, and that's kind of nice to see. Also, the Dynasmon to help you find pieces you need. Obviously, you send a lot of cards to your trash, so having 2 Susanomons to try to mitigate the amount of mill you do, and also just to refill your deck if you need to, I think is helpful. But that is all we have for you guys today. I hope you guys got something from this. Again, thank you to Top Cut for letting me show off these lists to you guys as well. If you want these lists, they're in the description in the document there, and that's really all I have for you guys. So thank you again so much for watching. I hope to catch you all next time.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it.